And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here? Is this is this really happening? You met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
But you're more in the category like Luther Richter, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know,
Wait, hold up.
You got-
I gotta
when
try
it's
this
time-
with
when
you.
it- when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think of
you.
something funny and start
do,
laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No,
the
I look like
Addy.
I need to take a poop or something.
Each words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all having a wonderful day, having a wonderful, marvelous Monday. I can't even talk. It's the case of a Mondays, right? Ain't it the case of the Mondays? I'm just saying, dang, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying so hard to stay focused today because this past weekend was epic weekend. A lot of stuff going on. Hopefully you guys had a really good one. I've been seeing some of y'all posting some photos on Discord, showing off some of your vacations and ish. I mean, I hope you guys are all having some fun times with your loved ones. If you're not on vacation, like, you know, on some random like secluded island, or if you're not by a beach, or if you're not in a cabin living off the fat of the land, off the grid, you can still have a vacation from home, a staycation. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy and embrace that stuff, because we all need a vacation every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? We all need it and we all deserve it. Okay? So be sure to do that. Okay? So this may be a thing, you know what I mean, that we all need to start getting used to doing, because a lot of us can't really travel as much because of what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we can't really say the words, but you know what I'm saying, man. Okay. But anyway, I got my brother, you know, my friend, my pal, my chum, my dude, T in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Man, I'm living.
Good.
I'm living, and I'm living good. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. Things are dope. Went out to dinner last night.
Okay.
At this amazing place called the Rusty Pelican. Amazing views. I mean, it was just nothing but views, bruh. An amazing dinner. You know, had a great time. Did exactly what we needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Spent some time together, have a good time, ate some really great dinner, and check out, like, and it was right at sunset, so the sun was going down with the skyline of Miami, the city of Miami right there in front of us, and nothing but ocean. It was really dope. Really, really dope. Like I said, if anything, you don't have to live down here. Just come down here just for the views themselves. You don't have to come down here and kick it and go to the bars and do anything of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Just go here, come here, or any place that has coastal views for the views. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You never know how often when you get a chance to see that kind of stuff again. You know what I'm saying? So embrace where you're at as much as you can. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It was really dope. Much needed.
It sounds very romantic. It sounds like it was a very, very nice evening. So what was on the menu? Like, what you guys eat? Seafood, lobster, steak?
Seafood. Straight up seafood. You know what I'm saying? I had the halibut. She had the sea bass. I mean, the food was amazing too. Don't get me wrong. The food was amazing. But it's funny because the valet was asking us. He was like, hey, what was better? Because we were kind of like, yeah, it was a really great time. Oh my gosh. He goes, well, which was better? The views or the food? And I was like, oh, well, I was like, that's a really good question, man. And all I said is the views. And he's like, good answer. I'm like, yeah, the food is great. You know what I mean? The food was great. Don't get me wrong. But the view makes it so much better. Real talk, pop some champagne, celebrated our engagement because we hadn't gotten a chance to really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like together, like that was the perfect opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm smiling. Yeah. Like, it makes me feel so good. Like that's good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It was really dope. I'm really happy about it. It was a really great time, and it was really good. Food was fantastic. The views were freaking amazing. I need to post some of these things on Discord so you guys can see it for yourselves because it was really, really nice. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think the views outweighed the food, but the food was really damn good. So, yeah, I recommend it. If you get a chance, come down here, do that. And like I said, you can have a stale sandwich on the side, from the side of the road type thing. It really isn't about the food. You know what I mean? It really isn't. You can go get Cook's champagne. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's about seeing how beautiful the views are. You know what I'm saying? And how beautiful this world is. You know what I'm saying?
I love that positive point of view because we can easily sulk and get pessimistic about the world. Just off the news. So I'm happy that you're bringing some light to like living life in a good way.
I appreciate that.
That's not like on a yacht or something. You know what I mean? Like we all can indulge in this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like the sunset, a nice dinner, nice meal. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's man. Cool. I mean, here it is. Like I said, you could literally have a can of tuna and a bag of chips, and you could still have fish and chips. You feel me? Like. It doesn't matter. Like it's about the experience. It's about seeing what's going around you. Yes, it was nice to be in front, in a, candlelit dinner type thing with the views and all that. That's a nice added bonus. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be all of that. You see what I'm saying? It can be just simple as hell. It could be a bag of chips or popcorn. It don't matter. It's really about the views, and it's free. You know what I'm saying? It's free. It's been created for us to see. You see what I'm saying? So if you can, go enjoy it, etc. It is pretty damn amazing. Worth every single freaking moment. Not even penny. Just it's worth the time. Yeah, man. It's funny how much we take for granted the background settings that we do have. Even in our hometowns. Like obviously I'm out of town right now, for the next few days. But I'm even talking about our own hometowns. I mean, there's so many really amazing places where you get to see some really dope views and just enjoy your natural habitat, your natural background. You know what I mean? Some of us are lucky that have a beach, only a few minutes away. And I feel like a lot of people do take advantage of that too. So just saying that out loud, just saying that out loud. If you can take a moment, breathe in your atmosphere. You know what I mean? Breathe in your backgrounds. You know what I mean? Especially those who are out on vacation right now. Because I know a lot of us are out here getting jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it. But you're doing basically the same thing you'd be doing if you were at home. If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm kicking it, and I'm, the only difference is you're drinking at some watering hole next to a body of water. I mean, that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, if you can do anything that's different, do it. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy as much as you can. Breathe it in. You'll thank me later. I promise. I promise you that. All right. But anyway, we got to go into some of these stories, man. We got to go into one of our top stories. There's something that's been circulating around as of recently, and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting story. It has to do with Aaliyah. And you know, Aaliyah's the anniversary of her death is coming up very, very soon. She passed on the 25th of August, and you know, there's a lot to talk about in regards to all of that. But one of the main things is these new allegations that are popping off recently about her allegedly being drugged and carried into a flight before the fatal crash, moments before the fatal crash. So we got this article here that we got to take a look at, and it's sad. Okay, but Aaliyah reportedly drugged and carried onto flight before fatal crash. Remember this beautiful face? You know what I mean? At first you don't succeed. You know what I'm saying? Great song. Anyway, moving on. Aaliyah was reluctant to board the flight that ultimately cost the singer's life, and had taken a sleeping pill just hours earlier, according to new claims. Kinsley Russell, whose family ran a taxi firm in the Bahamas. Now, this is all coming from Mr. Russell, okay? Just want you to know that, okay? Was with the star when his stepmother drove her team to the airport as she prepared to return to the U.S. in August of 2001. Man, I can't believe it's on the 25th. It'll be
20 years.
That's insane. I can't believe it's going to be 20 years. That's insane. Okay, moving on. Russell was just 13 years old and worked as a baggage carrier as the singer prepared to return home. However, he now claims that the singer refused to board the plane when she first saw it, and went back to sleep in the car driven by his stepmother, telling her team she had a headache. Aaliyah, who is said to have passed out in the back of the cab, was allegedly carried onto the plane while sleeping, despite her past reservations. Now, apparently, she's kind of like me. She was a very anxious flyer. She doesn't like flying. I guess she saw this plane and she was like, hail to the gnaw, and went back into the car. Let's continue here, though. The flight claimed her life just hours after, with the singer and 8 members of her entourage killed when the plane crashed shortly after takeoff, about 200 feet from the end of the runway. I mean, it was only up there for seconds, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I need to mute you, but okay. Feedback City. All right. Let me get back to this story. All right. The plane struggled to gain altitude, and it was later revealed that the small twin-engine Cessna was significantly over its allotted weight limit by several hundred pounds. Russell, who is now 33, has opened up for the first time in a new book. How clever. How convenient. Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah, by journalist Kathy Landoli. He added that Aaliyah is said to have repeated her concerns about getting on the plane and was eventually handed a sleeping pill. She reportedly fell into a deep sleep before being transferred onto the plane. They took her out of the van. She didn't even know she was getting boarded on a plane, Russell states in the book. She went on the plane asleep. And subsequent autopsy found that Aaliyah suffered major head trauma and extensive burns that meant her survival was unthinkable. This Landoli says, added into the Daily Beast, I remember when Aaliyah passed away, I was really upset. The story kept saying that she was adamant about getting on the plane. I was almost upset with her. Why did you want to get on the plane so badly? In learning that she did not want to get on the plane, for someone like myself and so many other people, I think that's closure for us. It's an unfortunate closure, but I needed to hear she didn't want to get on that plane. I needed to know that. The person who I thought had the most common sense in the world had common sense to not get on the plane. the fact that she was so adamant staying in the cab, refusing, these are the things we never knew. Landoli also added, the only thing I've taken with me in that after 20 years, I can finally say that Aaliyah didn't want to get on the plane. That makes me feel a little bit better, but not much. This didn't have to happen. She should still be here. And I think that's the saddest part about it. She deserved better. Now, there has been more stories about saying that she, of course, was not wanting to get on the plane. She was extremely adamant about not getting on the plane. There's also stories about the pilot. Apparently, after toxicology test came back, saying that the pilot of that plane had cocaine and alcohol in his system, flying a plane that was overweight, and apparently the luggage was not even evenly distributed throughout the actual plane, throughout that actual Cessna. This is insane, y'all. Now, this is coming from Kinsley Russell, all right? A kid at that time that is recounting this whole thing. Now, this is all alleged. These are all stories. But I do have a story from I do have a story myself. It's funny because long time ago, I used to work at this particular bar that was around the corner from my apartment in New York City. And I got a chance to meet Aaliyah's brother, right? And he and I became fast friends. And we would sit there, chop it up, talk about all kinds of stuff, everything except her. And at one point, I mean, this was one night that I wasn't working there, etc. So we're sitting there, hitting the bottle, having shots, drinking, bonding. We get into the conversation about Aaliyah. And he even said it himself that he knew that she did not want to get on that plane. Now, I don't know from the story, it's been so long since I've recalled this story. And I don't know, from my understanding, he was not there. Clearly, he was back at home or something like that. But he was sitting there going, I know for a fact that she did not want to get on that plane. He was like, she does not like to fly. She was not a huge fan of that. She was very nervous about those kind of things. And he got very emotional. He was sitting there saying, they're so busy trying to get her to the next gig so that they can scoop up more bags rather than listening to the actual star. Other than, not listening to Aaliyah, not listening to my sister is so frustrating. Of course, he was emotional about this. And he said, she should be here. They shouldn't have stuffed all those people on that plane just so they can get to that next event or that next meeting or that next appearance on time. They should have waited for that chartered plane that was scheduled for the next day for her. And it's sad because, like I said, this is a story he just told me out of nowhere, obviously after having a couple drinks. And you could still, even then it was I think it was years later, obviously. But you can tell, you can see the pain in his eyes. It was still fresh. You could still see how distraught he was about all of it. You know what I mean? So when I hear this story, because there's some people who are sitting here saying, oh, that Kinsley Russell is probably making stuff up, or maybe his memory is just a little bit skewed, because it's been 20 years since the actual death. Things can change. Your perspective, your memory can change. Instead of her wearing a pink shirt before she got on the plane, it could be a green shirt. I mean, perspectives change, right? Details can alter over time. And, I just, a part of me does feel like this is, like this Mr. Russell, this Kinsley Russell is not making anything up. I do think that this is real. I can see this actually happening. If she was not an adamant flyer, if she hated flying and it terrified her more than anything in the world, right? But then she has to go to Tokyo, or she has to go to Australia, or she, to film this or that or the third. Don't you think that somebody's going to go up there and say, hey, we got to get her there, and we can't have her just having panic attacks every single time there's turbulence on the plane. Let's give her a sleeping pill. Hey, sweetie, this is going to calm your nerves. So I can see that actually happening. I'm not sitting here saying that that's okay. I'm not condoning it. You know what I'm saying? But I could see that actually happening. Now, the fact that she could have allegedly been brought onto the plane against her will when she was adamantly saying hell to the no about that is truly messed up. Just if you were trying to get her to that next appearance so you can make sure you stay within the contractual agreement that you have on that next appearance, I think that's absolute trash. Selfish and messed up. And I do agree. I think that this woman should still be here right now. And that's just from my own experience, from hearing it from her own brother's mouth. I mean, it's devastating. T, what are your thoughts? Oh, hold up. Sorry. Oh, you need to unmute yourself, bruh. What? Do it again. Oh, your mic isn't connected, apparently. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah. This always bothers me. This whole situation with Aaliyah. We grew up on Aaliyah as being our baby girl, and she was hot. Good music, great dancer, down to earth. The total package. You couldn't even compare her to anybody else.
Yep.
And when she passed away, it was such a heartbreak. Came out of nowhere. She was reaching her momentum where she was becoming a bigger star every year. Album just dropped. A Romeo Must Die movie came out. She was on BET giving out cars. I mean, it was just, it was like amazing ride she was having. The Matrix movies were coming out with her in it. So it's hard to that she passed away like this. And this story coming out is heartbreaking, because to think that she didn't want to go on that flight, to know that she had anxiety about small airplanes, to know that her family was not there, like her mom and her brother were always with her, but not this case. They were not there. I'm pretty sure if they were there, this wouldn't happen at all. If she had her support team around her, and not executives and people pushing buttons, she would definitely had her way and been safe. And it's so sad that it's happened to her at 22 years old. She was a baby. And all of us adored her, and her legacy is still very relevant today. We talk about the Rihanna's and Beyonce's and Carrie Hilson's and Sierra's, all modeled their styles after Aaliyah.
True.
And and Aaliyah could do hip hop, R&B, soul, whatever. She had a lot of different gifts, and she could dance very well. So she was a great entertainer, and she'll always be missed. It's heartbreaking that if this story is mostly true, which I believe it is,
Mm-hmm.
Then there should be. I mean, I don't know if they can do investigations now. I mean, statute of limitations. I'm not sure how long that is to expires, but it's and the pilot is already deceased, and I don't know. They're already sued already. The the family already won the lawsuit. But her being carried to a plane like this, without her wanting to go on a plane, that's not good at all. That's to me, that's criminal neglect or something of that nature.
This is a perfect example, I think, of situations that we see on a daily basis now. Now we're seeing these stories, pop up, not just with Aaliyah, but like people like Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just use these particular stars, for example. Anytime that they're too exhausted, having a mental issue, saying hell to the no to a little twin engine Cessna, that's overpacked and looks shady as hell. And they have a history of not being cool with flying in the first place, that they will be quick to drug that person, shoot them up, shoot them with something up, shoot them up with something. That's what I'm trying to say. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It's a Monday, guys. Trying to do anything they can so that person can continue to perform, instead of actually going, okay, that's fine. Okay, sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay. We'll wait for the next plane tomorrow. It's not a twin engine Cessna. It won't be overpacked with a whole bunch of people. It'll be fine. We can wait another day. It'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And, S-Mount just said this, and I do believe it. I agree. This is all sus. I do agree, But like I said, there is a history of this with many other talents out here that have just been drugged just so that they can show up to perform, or just so that they can perform. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here, take this. You're tired, honey? Well, hey, take this. What is this? Oh, it'll give you energy, sweetheart. Next thing you know, they're addicted to pills. They're addicted to uppers, or they're addicted to something. A lot of times these people are going, what can we do to make sure that they still stay within their contractual agreement? They still perform. They still get the job done. They don't give a damn a lot of times. And this is a perfect example of what that is. They were going, okay, the flight that they were taking was only 1 hour. It was a short flight. It would take 2 seconds for them to, shouldn't have been no problem for them to just let her wait for the next flight the next day, get on that plane and fly that in a much more secure plane that isn't overpacked, overloaded, where the pilot isn't all coked out and have with alcohol in his system. And she would have arrived safely without any issues. But like I said, this is what happens. That's why you see the Demi Lovato's and the Shia LaBeoufs and all that are slowly, their minds are their mental health is at question a lot of times because of the things that they had to do when they were child stars. When they're, when they're popular, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that Aaliyah is a part of the Disney curse, but it is kind of like that though, just like Britney Spears, look at Britney Spears right now. She probably would have been in a different mental state if she wasn't so, if she didn't have to be pushed beyond her capacity. Right. And I think that happens to a lot of them. And they'll be quick to go, hey, take this pill. Shh. Hey, sweetie. Hey. Yo, Aaliyah, chill. We got you. Just sit back. Chill. Take this pill. Chill. It's all good. We got you. And then she passes out. Well, she won't know. By the time she's up, she'll be landed in Miami. Let's go. Let's do it now. Come on. And guess what? Now she's no longer here. So this is a perfect example of how badly we need to start taking like some of these managers, the people that run the talent, that take care of the talent. This is the time when they should start really looking at taking care of the talent. Because clearly that particular situation, they were not. I think that they were too busy trying to scoop a bag than actually taking care of Aaliyah. Aaliyah would have been here if they listened to her. Aaliyah's brother would still have his sister here if they just listened to the star. That's very sad, y'all. That is very, very sad. But, definitely comment down below, or, comment in the chat. Let me know what you think on this whole thing. Do you think that Kinsley Russell is fibbing? You think he capping? Or you think he's telling the truth? Definitely comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. But we got to go into this next story. And this one's very interesting. And T's knows a little bit about this. Kathy Griffin, of all people, has lung cancer, y'all. This is weird. What's going on with this, man?
Yeah, supposedly Kathy Griffin has lung cancer. And she has never smoked before in her life, as she claims, and that she's scheduled to have surgery to have half her lung removed coming up. So a lot of prayers are for her right now. A lot of her fans are giving her lots of love and appreciation via social media. And Kathy Griffin herself, I believe, had a statement about it.
I got
on
it
her Twitter page. You have it?
Yeah, it says right here, I've got to tell you guys something. I have cancer. I'm about to go into surgery to have half of my lung removed. Yes, I have lung cancer, even though I've never smoked. The doctors are very optimistic, as it is stage 1, which is good, and contained to my left lung. Hopefully, no chemo or radiation after this, and I should have normal function with my breathing. I should be up and running around as usual in a month or less. It's been hell of a 4 years trying to get back to work, making you guys laugh and entertaining you, but I'm going to be just fine. Of course, she got hooked up for the stuff that we're dealing with for the past year. The consequences from not having being up to date would have been even more serious. Please stay up to date with your medical checkups. It'll save your life. KG. So there it is. She is battling the big C word. That's serious, y'all. And she's never smoked?
I mean, I guess she meant like she's not a smoker, which means someone who smokes probably daily or weekly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my assumption.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard these kind of stories before too, where somebody has been, who has been diagnosed with something, and it's like liver cancer or something crazy, or something of that sort, and they've never touched an ounce, not even a drop of alcohol, or story like this, where it's like, hey, suddenly out of nowhere you have cancer, lung cancer of all things, and you're going, damn, yo, wait a second, hold up, I ain't never touched a cigarette in my life, so how do I have lung cancer, yo? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, yo.
I mean, it's possible that secondhand smoke is also cancerous. So if she's around a lot of smokers, and she's an actress or a comedian, right? So she could be around people who are smoking backstage or in a green room or whatever it may be. So it's possible for years and years of exposure, secondhand smoke can also cause cancer.
Absolutely.
And cancer also can be hereditary, can be in your family. I'm not sure what kind of cancers, but it's possible that she could have some kind of issues with that as well, with people around her who also were vulnerable to cancer in that form.
Yeah, I mean, what's wild to me is that I mean, she's been handed some really bad situations lately because of, I mean, we all know what she did in the past with a photo shoot that she did a while back. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, I'm just throwing up some photos of her just so you guys can see, okay, who is Kathy Griffin, so there's no mistake, because there's 2 different Kathy Griffins out here. And I just learned that just the other day, y'all. But we're talking about this Kathy Griffin. She is I mean, she was, well, it's right there if you don't see it. is right there underneath. And like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 photos over. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 photos down. It's a photo that basically got her banned or blacklisted, if you will, from being able to perform, from being able to be a comedian and do what she does. She took a photo where she was basically holding the head of Trump, and that went around like crazy. And a lot of people felt some type of way about it, you know. So she was blacklisted for a long time. So she's been handed one curveball after the other, after the other, after the other, and it you know, honestly, it sucks. But and now that she's getting the cancer situation, that sucks too. But I do believe that she's going to bounce back. She's going to be just fine. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, being stage 1, I mean, she was definitely getting her checkups at a good time, because stage 1 is a great time to catch cancer. So she definitely should be able to fight this off.
Yeah,
I think she's not going to use chemo at all, so she's going to strictly get surgery. So hopefully this can be cut out of her, and that way she can at least still live off a lung and a half pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think so. I think she's going to be fine. You know, there's worse situations you could be in. She's going to bounce back just fine. She's going to do her thing. You know what I'm saying? I think she has gone through so much crap, right? Whatever side you're on in this situation, you can't disagree that she's been through a lot of crap, okay? Whether it was self-inflicted or not, she's just gone through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, if she was able to persevere and still survive and still make money and still perform and still do what she loves to do, like she ain't working at a fast food joint or anything like that. I mean, you know, she ain't working at the Gap, okay? She's still making money. She's still doing her job. So if she was able to persevere from that, she's going to persevere from this too. I think she's going to be just fine, in my personal opinion. We do have a super chat. I wanted to say thank you to Information Man Show. I do appreciate it. The Pascal Show. Peace and respect, brother. Thank you so much for the $4 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Speaking of fast food, we got to go into this story because I just said fast food, so I feel weird not segueing into the fast food story. We are going to get to the baby here in a second. I promise you that. But we do have to look at this video. This one's pretty bad, y'all. This dude, this is what happens. This is why, y'all. This is specifically why phones are very important. Just saying. This is the reason why. Phones being the recording ability is very important. Y'all need to keep your eyes and your heads on a swivel. Y'all need to keep your eyes open and be very clear on what the hell is going on. We got a video here where there was a woman, a black woman at a Wendy's, if I'm correct. I think it's a Wendy's. She is basically being called the B word. Okay, rhymes with itch. And she catches it so she's getting called the B word, rhymes with itch, by her manager, by her own boss, okay? And she catches this on video. Now, the thing that is very weird is what happens after this man, after the whole incident happens. She has some very interesting information afterwards on here that we need to take a look at because I think it's absolute trash in my personal opinion. So let's take a look at this video. This is unbelievable. Wait, hold up. Sorry. Because he says it quick. So let's get that back one more time.
Clean. It means the fucking clean, bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I got
Straight
you on
up.
camera, Mike.
And you're a
I got you on camera, Mike. Guess what, Mike? That's the end of the road, Mike.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear that, here we come to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up boys to men. All right, let's continue. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
That's the last time. Yep.
That's
Look
the
how
last time.
disrespectful he is. I'm gonna send this video to Lisa. I'm sorry, Lisa. But this is how your other managers treat me.
What have you done since we closed? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Absolutely cleaned out the first Frosty machine. I wasn't done.
Actually,
I wasn't. Jarrell did not. Jarrell, did you clean up that Frosty machine?
you drained it.
No.
For him.
No. That wasn't the case. That's why you should mind your own business.
It's still not clean.
It's not clean because I wasn't finished. Like I just said. Sorry and stuff.
You know, it's one thing. It's one thing to hate your job. You know, if you're the manager, it's one thing to hate your job, but it's another thing to hate your job and bring it into work and put it on everybody else that works for you. Just saying. Let's keep going.
I prayed for you. All right, y'all.
Sorry, real quick. So this is the aftermath. She's about to give us some information about what happened after the video was sent to her boss, the higher ups, etc. This part is pretty shocking in my personal opinion, and I think it's absolute trash. Let's take a listen.
So my boss called me to the office after I got the statement in or whatever. I just got suspended pending an investigation. Mind you, they did not suspend this man yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna roll that back one more time. Because that don't make no sense, y'all. So she got suspended, but her manager did not get suspended. Yet she gave him the video. And she's the one who's suspended. Okay, let me play this one more time.
Mind you, they did not suspend this man yet. Right? Mind you, they did investigation. I just got suspended pending an investigation. Mind you, they did not suspend this man yet. Right? He came into work, did his job. They told me that they might not be able to pay me during the whole suspension. He said, I asked. They said they might not be able to do that. And they're just going to pay you for the work that you did.
Hold on.
It's fine with me. Hope you guys enjoy y'all day. I'm going to enjoy mine. Thank you.
Okay. There you have it. So she's getting suspended. She's not even on paid leave, basically. She's being suspended for not even doing anything. She's being suspended on behalf of her boss's mistakes. Now, does that make any sense to you? I'm just, I'm asking for a friend. Does that make any sense to you? Because last time I checked, when somebody does something bad and you catch that on tape and they keep throwing out expletives and keep calling you names, he called her like a communist B word and all this stuff. He said all kinds of stuff to her. She didn't say nothing. She sends the video out to expose her boss, her manager, on how bad and how abusive he is at the workplace. And they decide to put her on unpaid suspension? How does this work? I'm sorry. What?
It's the chain of command and or the ladder of authority in these fast food restaurants, Pascal. It's manager's word over the crew. And I guess they have to investigate, but to suspend her over that, if they investigate, is crazy because they have to prove that she did something wrong. Right? So investigation is fine, but for them to suspend her while being investigated, that's not cool at all. That policy should be, changed because you can't take the manager's word over the crew for everything that's done. There should be a collective body of people who can discuss this before they decide to suspend somebody. The good thing, her cell phone camera is her evidence. So if it goes any farther than this, she can actually use that against the manager and whoever owns that franchise Wendy's. Because it's not Wendy's corporate. It's going to be Wendy's, probably the management or ownership of the actual branch, the franchise. The good thing is this too, that she gets a GoFundMe page. So she has raised $11,000 so far.
Which is great. Thank you, Jesus, for that. Because here's the thing. This is not hearsay. This is not something that was just made up. She caught him on tape saying it several times. It wasn't just one time. This is not a hearsay. Like, he said, she said situation. He straight up said it and it gave zero damns. Now, you know, and the thing is like zero damns. But here's the thing. This is what's so frustrating about the world that we live in, or the fast food world, right? I get it. It's not the greatest job in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a thankless job. A lot of people, you know, of course, the way that we look at it here in this country, maybe it's looked at differently elsewhere. You know, it's looked at as like, I'll be honest, it's not like it's something that is looked at in the most positive light. All right. And there's a lot of people here that will sit here and go, hey, I understand, right? Like, I understand that this job is crap. You know, there's grease all over the floor. You're basically skating everywhere you go. Shoot, I've done the fast food circuit in my life too. You know what I mean? It was one of my first jobs I ever had. You know what I'm saying? As a kid.
Yep. But
at the same time, like, I understand it's a thankless job, especially if you stay with it. You realize how thankless it can be, and how people are always side eyeing stuff and everything. You know what I mean? But you and the job that you have, you know. But at the same time, if you don't like the job, go somewhere else. Because next thing you know, your toxic mentality, your anger, the way you feel about certain things, it's just going to seep out and go out to everybody else. People are not going to enjoy your presence if you are like this all the time. Now, clearly this girl filmed this video for a very specific reason. Because, hey, this wasn't the first time he's called her the B word. This isn't the first time that he has verbally abused his employees while in the workplace. That's the only reason why she pulled out her phone. And here it is, though, too. Let me add this in here, too. Thank God she pulled out the phone, just like T said earlier. And I said it in the very beginning, too. Thank God we have this recording ability on our phones. Because if she didn't pull this out and tape that whole entire thing, she wouldn't be justified. Now, we got to talk about this. I understand that it's all about tiers, and it's all about like boss and, owner or manager or whatever, and then whatever the tier is. But at the same time, this is somebody who was caught on tape, caught on film, or as the kids say, caught in 4K, y'all, talking some crazy ish to an employee. He should be the one who's being put on suspension without pay, not the other way around. And it doesn't matter. I don't give two damns if this employee may not be the best employee in the world. Maybe she might, you never know. She might be lazy. She might be very slow about taking care of things. You know what I'm saying? And that could aggravate the hell out of him too. But that does not justify your manager talking ish on you. That does not justify him talking trash towards this young girl, towards this employee. You still have to keep it diplomatic. You still have to go at them with respect. Or if there's a problem with them and it's a reoccurring issue, you fire their asses. You don't keep them around. There's plenty of people out here that are looking for jobs. I think it's absolute trash that she got kicked out and they're investigating. Here it is too. If both of them are trash, then both of them should be fired. If there's a history of her being not the greatest employee, let's just say allegedly, and he is trash as well, both of them should be fired. But if it's a thing where it's all misunderstanding and he just likes to blow his top because he just hates his life so much because he's the manager of a Wendy's, then that motherfucker needs to straight up kick rocks. Yes, I cursed. Sorry. But that dude needs to kick rocks. We need to say, chuck up the deuces and let him do his thing. Period. I think it's trash, y'all. I don't have time nor the tolerance to see this kind of stuff happen, because what happened to her is unjust. Completely unjust. This girl should still have her job. T?
Yeah. I mean, Michigan has a state law that you should have a safe work environment. And clearly on camera, that's not happening. We hear this manager, quote unquote manager, quote unquote leader, which he's not, use the foul language, use foul words against his own employees, and direct it at that one employee, repeatedly, just because he perceived she didn't do something he asked her to do. And she said, I did it. I'm doing it. Yeah. And I'm assuming he was going off on a tirade before that because she had her camera ready to go. So I'm assuming she was ready to catch him with something. Because he probably talking down to her probably for a few minutes. And she finally pushed the record button enough to get him saying it again. And this is the crazy part. He kept going off. He didn't even care. And that shows you right there, like, people who have, power and privilege and some prestige or maybe connections, to whomever, he knows the job is safe, or that it'd be a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary part where the accountability is given to only a select few, and that's not fair in any kind of workplace, because everybody should be held under the same criteria. Everybody, and especially as a boss, even more, because you're a boss.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. He should be held accountable without a shadow of a doubt for what he has done. He should be, not her. She didn't do anything. At least in the video, she's just videotaping the entire thing. She doesn't even curse back at him. She doesn't even say anything to him. All she does is just like, she doesn't even she doesn't clap back at him. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course she's defending herself. I think that's totally fine. But this dude, this piece of trash doesn't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He doubles down instead of going, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad. He doubles down and starts calling her all kinds of crazy stuff. Starts calling her a communist. Starts calling her all kinds of crazy stuff. For what reason? And yet once again, this girl is the one that's being suspended. Now, I also will say this too. This ain't the first time I've heard this story. I've seen many people get fired from a job because their boss did something that they didn't do. But then suddenly, because of whatever, because of favoritism, etc.,
yep,
they'll get kicked out. That person will get kicked out. Like, we're not even diving into color at all. I'm not diving into the color of her skin and that she has melanin. I'm not even starting to go there yet. We haven't even touched that yet. We could, but I ain't going there right now. Because no matter what, this situation is wrong and unjust. Whether she is a black girl or any other race. I feel like this same situation would have happened to another employee, whether she had melanin or not in her skin. That's what I think. I think that Wendy's is just trash and corrupt as hell. That's what I think. We're not even talking about the race. We ain't talking about race. We're just talking about common decency, human decency. And there's no reason for somebody like this guy, this boss, this manager, to be talking to any employee like this. Because here's the other thing too. You got to remember this too. There are other employees in there. There are other people there. Eyewitnesses listening to the words that are coming out of their manager's mouth. You don't think that maybe he's talking the same ish to everybody else the same way? He probably is. He probably rules that Wendy's. That sounds so crazy. He probably rules that Wendy's with an iron fist, or let's just say an iron tongue. It's trash, y'all. It's trash. Hopefully this video does go uber viral. Wendy sees what's really going on here. And they go and they fire that ass. Because that's exactly what needs to happen right here. I can't believe that this is even a moment, that there was even a moment of hesitation to fire this man. Or at least suspend him so that they can look into what's going on. How about this too? You do a thing where you suspend both so then you can look into what's going on. That's a little bit more fair than you just suspending her without pay and not suspending him without pay. I think that's unjust. That's wrong. That's messed up. And Wendy's has a lot of looking into. They got a lot of splitting to do for real, because that's trash, y'all. They should know better. They should know better. But anyway, okay. I know a lot of y'all are waiting for this conversation about Dababy, so we got to jump into Dababy. Okay, we got to jump into Dababy, but we got to jump into Dababy. Okay, Dababy was canceled from Lollapalooza. Yeah, I don't know how else to say this. I don't know, man. He's been in the news quite a bit recently. He's been getting a lot of backlash, etc. People are feeling some type of way about him. It's very interesting. But we got to go into this conversation. I'm sorry. It is a big story. People are talking about it like crazy. But we got to talk about this one particular one. Dababy, of course, has been kicked out of Lollapalooza from the lineup because of his recent remarks towards the LGBTQ community. Okay, so the rapper was criticized for asking fans at his performance last week. If you didn't know, if you've been sleeping under a rock, this is what has been happening at a performance last week, to raise their phones in the air if they didn't have HIV or AIDS. Okay, now this is during the performance. So Dababy's scheduled performance at the Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago was canceled on Sunday after the rapper made homophobic comments excuse me, that other music artists condemned. So Dababy, whose real name is Jonathan Kirk, asked fans to raise their phones in the air if they did not have HIV or AIDS or other sexually transmitted disease that, as he says, quote unquote, that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. The comment was one of a series of homophobic and misogynistic remarks that the 29-year-old made during his performance at the Rolling Loud Music Festival in Miami last weekend. We've all heard about this stuff. Okay. People have been losing their dang minds. People are very upset about this, understandably. Dude is on the chopping block right now. Okay. Now, we've already been covering about Dababy and how he was responding to certain things. He did a IG live and he was sitting there going, hey, man, you know, I'm rocking with all y'all. I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all being too sensitive, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he lost his brand deal. Okay. Like I said, he's on the chopping block right now. He lost his brand deal with the clothing brand Boohoo Band. He is no longer in the lineup for Parklife, a UK music festival taking place next month. And he was condemned by musicians like Dua Lipa, Elton John, and Madonna. On Sunday morning, hours before he was set to perform at Lollapalooza, organizers announced that Dababy was dropped from the lineup. This is their statement. Lollapalooza was founded on diversity, inclusivity, respect, and love. With that in mind, Dababy will no longer be performing. the organizers said on Twitter. Young Thug, another rapper, was set to perform during Dababy's 9 p.m. time slot. Instead, the organizers said. Dababy has apologized. Apparently, I didn't even know he apologized, but apparently he apologized for his comments on Twitter on Thursday, saying that anyone who was affected by AIDS or HIV had, quote unquote, the right to be upset. But he also added that y'all digested that wrong.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. A day after he apologized, he appeared to reverse his mea culpa in the end credits of his new music video. So it says here, my apologies for being me the same way you want the freedom to be you. The message said. Let me repeat that again because that seems a little weird. My apologies for being me the same way you want the freedom to be you. That's literally what he said in the message at the end of the music video. Representatives for Dababy did not respond to emails seeking comment on Sunday. The rapper's music first climbed, obviously, from his studio album called Baby on Baby, which featured the hit Suge. He collaborated last year with Dua Lipa. This is important because there's a lot of people that are wanting Dua Lipa to remove him from the song Levitating. That is real talk. Miss Lipa also was one of the number of musicians who decried the rapper's comments last week. She says, I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments. I really don't recognize this as the person I worked with. Madonna has come out. Elton John has come out. A lot of people have come out. In fact, there's other people that have come out to basically say like, hey, we ain't cool with what he has said. This ain't right at all. People like Questlove. Let me pull this up really quick.
Who?
Yeah. Wait. People like Questlove have come out. Hold on one second. I need to get this thing up here. There we go. People like Questlove have come out and basically said, hey, I'm not cool with what he said. Now, the funny thing is Dababy came out with this whole thing because this is what Questlove put up on his page. All right. Real quick. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit here with the punchline, but Questlove put up on his IG or Snapchat or whatever, his story. He said the Roots and a slew of other people's names. Dababy's in the list, and he scratched out Dababy. Okay. Now, Dababy obviously responded to that, saying these N-words really think they're going to influence people to stop effing with the influence. They go crazy about what I say. Not y'all, then I got the influence and the nuts. N-word. Y'all N-words, cheerleaders. Okay, so the funny thing is of course he reposted this one and he said, I ain't trying to be funny when I say this, but I don't even know who this person is, dog. Okay, so this is very important because the funny thing is people sit there and go, well, if you don't know who the hell this is, I mean, you did perform with him one time. You don't know who Questlove is? He's like, who Questlove? Well, he's this guy right behind you while you were performing. And if I'm correct, if he was, this could be from The Tonight Show. I don't know, but it could very well be from The Tonight Show. I mean, that's an estimated guess right now. But Questlove was performing with you. You're telling me that you don't know Questlove from the Roots? Come on, man. Come on now. Okay? That's ridiculous, y'all.
You can't make this up, man. This is crazy.
Can't. You cannot. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that is just ridiculous. Sorry, I just saw a new name. After 300 seconds, if they come back, let me take care of that one. Okay. But thank you, mods. Thank you. But this is the thing. Here it is. He's sitting here going, I don't even know who this man. Who you talking about? Who Questlove? And he's right there. Come on, man. Come on now. That is stupid, y'all. What do you think, T?
Like I said, you can't make this up. It's unfortunate that the younger generation of quote unquote rap artists, influencers, have not studied their craft. You know, if you play a sport or you play an instrument or whatever you're into, acting, your main goal should be to be the best. And to be the best, you should be studying those who came before you, who laid down that foundation, who gave you the blueprint, who opened up doors that were not even existing before for you to become who you are today.
Right.
So for him to disrespect the legacy of hip hop, you know, the core of it, Questlove is a legendary founder of the Roots crew, Philadelphia. You know how we do it, and they have conscious hip hop. They have positive hip hop.
Yeah.
And they've been around since the mid '90s. And their albums are classics. Their live performances are even better because they're actually a live band. They play instruments, all of them. So, you know, for him to disrespect Questlove, who is like a pioneer on like allowing a lot of these young pups to have a name for themselves, because he's producing, he's DJing, he's having these parties to allow these young pups to be known by the old heads. You know what I'm saying? So and Questlove has been on the Jimmy Fallon shows like the last, I guess, 10 years or so, more than that, I think. And he's like a mainstream figure now. So now even the mainstream knows who he is, not just an underground hip hop crew. So for him not to know that is ridiculous. And he performed with them on stage. So I'm just, and why didn't he just Google who he was? Like, so how you want to tweet back, or not tweet, but like to rebuttal his Instagram post without even doing your research to go, oh, my bad, that's Questlove.
Right.
Like, come on, man. That's stupid. At least Google it and figure out who he is first before you play yourself. You played yourself.
I do think that he probably like said some stuff like that he was saying that just to be like, oh, he ain't nothing to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people will sit there and go, who that? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. He or she is not, they aren't on my radar. I don't know who the hell they are. But I do think that, this Questlove is Questlove. He's been in the game a lot longer than you. And you're telling me if you are a lover of rap, if you're a lover of hip hop, and you're telling me you don't know who the hell Questlove is from the Roots? Yeah, you played yourself. You straight up played yourself. Then on top of that is like, instead of him just doing, oh, I don't know who he is, if you really know who he is, then you don't say that. You just say everything else you want to say. If you're trying to throw shade, but you don't throw shade on something that you know for a fact is not true. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Diesel's right, man. This thing, what did he say? That was cap. He knows who Questlove is. That's straight out of the Trump playbook. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. He doesn't give a damn. He don't give a damn. You know what I mean? He's just trying to throw out some stuff to make it seem like, oh, here's my diss. That's stupid. The man is a child. Well,
Dababy.
His name is Dababy. You know what I'm saying? So he is acting like a damn child. Real talk. You know what I mean? And that's messed up. You know, him being taken down from Lollapalooza, etc. Yes, he went to Twitter and said, my bad, but y'all digested it wrong. But before that, he doubled down on it. Before that, you know what I'm saying? I just
yeah. I mean, not only that, like he went out and said, "Oh, my gay fans don't have HIV; they clean." Like all this nonsense he was saying. Like, what are you talking about? How do you know anything about anybody? Like, like he has a big mouth, pretty much, and his platform his status right now is is so big inside of his head that he's not humble at all. He doesn't realize that how this works. The entertainers, they're raised up to be they can be crucified and put back down again. They really can be, and it has happened over and over again. Like, you're only as strong as your fan base allows you to be. They made you who you are. You gotta humble yourself, or you can be a nobody in 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I just think that the man is an idiot. Do your research. Be smart with your stuff. If you're gonna come back with a zinger, wake the F up and figure your stuff out. Stop being so damn dumb, especially when it's somebody who is a legend. All right, Questlove will not be forgotten. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, like, I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of the cancel culture thing, right? But when you are going up and you say something that upsets a large group of people, right? Then you go back on a live and you say, I don't give a damn. You double down on it. Then you triple down on it with a backhanded apology. It's not even an apology. You just basically say, I don't, y'all died, like, my bad, but y'all digested it wrong. It's like, well, you're making this bed yourself. You are making the bed your damn self. You are asking to be thrown on the chopping block. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the cancel culture thing. But at the same time, like, if you just keep poking the sleeping bear, then you know what I'm saying? You're going to get in trouble if you keep poking the bear. I'm just saying, stop it. Just get in front of it. Say, I'm sorry. Be serious about it and keep it moving. But see, this is a perfect example of ego right here. This is ego, y'all. This is what's so sad about any celebrity, because they think that they're on top of the world. You got to remember, you got all these people that are coming up to you being like, you the best, you the champ, you the blah. You're hearing this every day from every single person, to the point you get lost in your own sauce. Next thing you know, you feel like anything that you say on the mic is scripture, right? He's getting way too comfortable with this mic and saying that he just saying whatever he wants because his ego is coming into play straight up. And instead of being a man and not being a baby about it, he's deciding to go the latter and just sit there and go, oh, well, I ain't going to apologize. It's like, no, man, you should apologize, bro. Shut up. You offended a lot of people. If you say you rock with everybody, then show that you rock with everybody by apologizing and not saying, I'm sorry, but you guys digested it wrong. Huh? That is full on ego. That is straight up hubris. And unfortunately, that could really mess you up. That could mess up his entire career to the point where only a certain group of people will rock with him, or his next big hit or his next song that drops. No one's going to listen to it. No one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to be careful, because as soon as they love you, that's as quickly as they love you, that's how quick they can turn to hate your ass too. They could turn you off like that. Shoot, look at all these other people that have done certain things. Sinead O'Connor, Dixie Chicks. You know what I'm saying? They did some really stupid things or said some things that had a huge backlash, to the point where, like, I don't think Dixie Chicks did anything that bad. They just had their opinions about Bush Jr. But their whole demographic went and started doing Dixie Chick album burning parties, where they just bring all of their merch, all of their albums, and burn it in the middle of the street. That's how bad, like, you know what I'm saying? Then Sinead O'Connor ripped up a photo of the Pope live on SNL. Have you heard about Sinead O'Connor anytime after that? Not
Who?
really. Exactly. Nothing compares. That's it. That's all. The only thing she had is that. And then, you know what I'm saying? See, so you get on this mic, you get super excited, or you get super comfortable, I'm sorry, and you say things out your ass because you think it's going to be just like horde. You know what I mean? That's rap. You know? That's hip hop. Speaking your mind, speaking that truth. But you don't know 100% of the people's lives out there that are listening to you, that are at that your gig. You're messing up big time. And the last thing you need to do is not sit there and not apologize. That's the first thing you do, y'all. Some people are just dumb. Dababy's dumb. Sorry. He's 29 years old, by the way. This is not like some 18-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Like finding fame and stuff. This is a 29-year-old man. Okay? He about to be 30. And he's not even sitting here saying, my bad. What are you gonna say, T?
He should know better. I mean, especially with that name that he gave himself. I mean, like rap names or any kind of name should be something of pride. Dababy, it just sounds like a joke. So I don't even that logic behind that. It's like name yourself something that has meaning to it, some substance to it. But yeah, he's too old to be acting like this. And to say in all places like Miami has a huge community of people who support LGBTQ, right? And then HIV has always been a stigma attached to that. You know, although it's not what it used to be, but people still have people that they know who are sick, who have died from it, or a relative or somebody. So like he made his own bed and he canceled his own self by just being a fool and not backing down from it. Like he kept adding fuel to the fire with it. At least if you're gonna apologize, just be authentic about it. You know, so this is where my head was at. This is what I said. If I did offend somebody, you know, I apologize for it. And I'm gonna work towards being a better person and saying things that are just better and period. You know, and not just try to give a half-hearted response, because a half-hearted apology is like a smack in the face.
Yeah, you know, that's absolutely true, and I totally agree with that. You know, I'm with that 100%. I think that he should just apologize wholeheartedly, be a man, step up, say he's sorry, and keep him moving. Not this other skewed up crap. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know. Well, somebody said something. Where is it? Oh yeah, Ray Quinzel said, I'm gonna pull it up here. Hold on. Where did it go? I just had it. Oh, I don't see it anymore. Where did it go?
It's near Esmont's name and Love J's name.
Oh, well, he did say 1 foot in from being 1 foot in of being 30. Absolutely. He is 2 seconds away from being the 3-0, and he's still acting like a child. There was something else that he said, but he just said like the dad from the 70s, that 70s show, you know, like what he would say is dumbass. And that's absolutely right. You know what I mean? Like dude being dumb, you know, and I think he's just more hype about making money than anything else, more hype about having the money than actually caring about anything else. But, you know, if you really think about it with what you just said, T, if he's not even giving a damn about his own name and his name is Dababy, you know, like you're right. You know, these titles, these names should be names of pride, etc. Shoot, if he doesn't give a damn about his own name, maybe he really is in it for the paper chase and that's it. You know, hey, I'm here for all this other stuff. I'm not here to bring anything meaningful to the game of hip hop, to the art and the music of hip hop. I'm just here to be that thing and have a few hits, live off those hits, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists out here. We don't see artists out here that really give a damn. Come on. How many artists are actually artists?
Good question. It's not a whole lot, like you said.
No, it's all celebrity. It's all looking good and having some hits. You know what I'm saying? But they're not playing any songs that are just like unbelievable, mind-blowing, earth-shattering, changing the game, changing the music, changing the way we listen to hip-hop or any type of genre music. It's just kind of like, all right, make sure you get all the tattoos, put on this, get your teeth straight, make sure you got some ice, that nice, iced out Jesus piece. We good to go. Maybe he's just in it for that. Maybe he's not really there to be a real artist. And I mean, if he ever listens to this, then that's the challenge for you. I challenge you, Dababy. Do something different. Do something profound. You know what I'm saying? I understand being strong in your thoughts, okay? And in your positions on, I said what I said. But at the same time, you also got to remember humility. You also got to remember taking accountability for something that you did that offended a lot of people, your listening audience. Now it's getting to the point where other artists are saying the same damn thing. They're echoing what the people are saying too. And if your artists that you collab with are sitting here contemplating taking your name off of a track and not working with you ever again, that might make you want to go back to the drawing board and reconfigure your whole plan with this whole situation. That's it. The Pioneer said, Pascal, no, he's not a real artist and has no talent. He's being used by the industry as can't say those words, but a character to disgrace and make fun of Black America around the world. I mean, that's a strong statement. The Pioneer, I don't entirely agree with that, but I do think that he is a pawn for sure. I do think, like, if you're not going to come in and do something profound, but then again, like I said, it's still new. Still new. Maybe he'll come out and change his ways. Everybody has a chance to change. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he's going to come in and do something really, really dope. And maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just do exactly what he's doing right now, lather, rinse, repeat, and just keep it moving. I'm hoping for the prior. I'm hoping that he does something dope and makes up for his words, his continuous BS that keeps coming out of his mouth. My God. Anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break, guys. But when we come back, I got a couple other videos to show you guys. There's one. Oh man, I forgot what it is now. There's one that I love. It's called, basically, it's the power. Like I said, it takes a neighborhood. It takes a village. Okay, that's all I got to say. It takes a mother-loving village. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, stick around. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
And property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
All right. Welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and being a part of the conversation. If this is your first time checking out this show, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We do this show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But for the rest of this week, it'll be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So please don't forget to hit or crush that subscribe button, and most definitely hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. All right. We work really hard out here in these streets, trying to give you guys some information, some stories, etc. And of course, we do have our join button down below, $4.99 a month. Like I said, it's less than Netflix, Hulu, Prime, etc. All right. It helps fuel our show so we can keep giving you your stories, your information, your controversies, conversations, and pop culture for the day. So anyway, we got to jump into this next video, and this is one of our last videos that we're going to be showing today. This one's really, I personally love this one. I just personally love this. I think that this is a pure, perfect example of it takes a village. You know that whole saying, it takes a village. Well, this one takes it very literally. Let's take a look at this one. This is amazing.
So my parents' neighborhood has been getting harassed by these two individuals. And the whole gang pulled up to watch the show.
This part is amazing. This is the neighborhood. Okay. The neighborhood pulled out their lawn chairs, etc., to watch a live show. Let's continue.
She wouldn't take the ticket and assaulted the police officer and littered.
Now, I just want to point something out. She wouldn't take the ticket. She assaulted the officer, and she threw the ticket out into the middle of the street. Interesting, because the cop keeps driving. She's not even arrested. She didn't even get arrested at that time. Not even thrown on the hood of the cruiser. Not nothing. He drives away.
He can't do anything about that.
But the cop got it to her anyways.
Yes.
He came back with a warrant on both of them. She would not get on the ground for him. All while the husband called their lawyer.
I have been recording this whole time.
The sheriff pulled up for backup, and the husband ran, but was caught.
He ran, y'all.
So we all waved goodbye to them as they rode away. And bye to her car.
Watermelon.
Okay, so you see right there. Like I said, it takes a village. Okay, it takes a village. I freaking love this story. Why? Because people are just jerks. And sometimes it's not even those moments that are being caught on film, like at a convenience store or at a gas station or a fast food joint. It can literally just be people who are jerks to an entire neighborhood. They're terrorizing the entire neighborhood. And finally, everyone comes together and says, F this noise. I ain't taking this no mo. And they bring in 5-0. Why? Because of disturbing the peace, because of anything else. I love this. I think this is absolutely amazing, man. like I said, it takes a damn village. But I also do want to point out that small thing I just pointed out a second ago. She apparently hit the cop, tore up the ticket, threw it out into the middle of the road. That cop had to go get a warrant and then come back later. What I find very funny is that if the situation was different, you know what would have happened? That cop would have stopped dead in his tracks, gotten out of that car, and would have slammed that person down on the ground. Maybe a possible punch in the throat, maybe? Just saying. T, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just trying to just like, for one, the narration of that video was really good. It was good editing, you know, good narration. But in terms of you know, the village, that was great. I really think deep down that if the community, you know, came together or one accord and pushed out the criminals, you know, as a collective unit,
yeah,
then crime would really be decreased a whole lot. And I get why it's not like that, because people are scared of getting, you know, shot. But in areas like this, coming together, it was great to see people protest the nonsense that they don't want in their neighborhood. They pay taxes. They want somewhere to live peacefully and quietly and respectfully. But on to the suspects, for her to take the ticket and then tear it up, knowing that she's dead wrong, and have that kind of like privilege about it, like, this is nothing to me. What you gonna do to me? Right. Like, it takes a lot of balls, because ain't no way, at least somebody in the city that's not doing that. You know, they know better to do that. And then fight with the cop. You know, this whole thing, she just made it bigger than it had to be. And I'm sure this would be different. I would say definitely in a more urban setting. We've seen this a couple of days ago. The cop mount the little girl.
Yep.
You know, well, she's 18 years old. We've seen cops punch people in the throats. We've seen a cop in New Jersey a month ago, you know, knee a guy in the face. Like, we've seen brutality, you know, over minor things like this. So it's interesting to see the difference in their, and every cop is different, but to see the difference in the situation compared to others.
Yeah. It's beautifully said, because, you know, it's very interesting, you know, the level of, as Kiki of 5 just said, caucasity. I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant. But, you know, I think it's very interesting that there are people out here that literally think that they have the audacity to do said thing, you know, to act a certain way, to be a jerk like this, ripping up a ticket just because the neighborhood is tired of your antics, is tired of you being an ass. You do everything you can to be a good neighbor, to be neighborly, not disturbing the peace, etc. God knows what citation he gave her. Could have been anything. Literally could have been anything. My guess is disturbing the disturbance of the peace. But I don't know. But the fact that this is what has happened is beautiful. And what's interesting is that, like you just said earlier, T, like, the things escalated, right? Things didn't get any better. Things just kept escalating. Instead of her just sitting here going, okay, thank you, officer, bye, and then flipping the bird to the people who are watching and just going back into your house, they decided to assault the officer, rip up the citation, and act a damn fool. Then on top of that, when he came back to arrest with a warrant for their arrest, which he rightfully had the right to do that, she resisted arrest. Then when they tried to arrest the husband, he ran off. He tried to run. Dude tried to go out on a lamb. Real talk. Who does that?
His man card is revoked right now, man. Come on, dude.
The man card's gone. And gone, like gone, baby. Because you just what? You don't do that. Why would you? And he's standing there, you know, he's on the phone calling the lawyer. And then all of a sudden because he finds out he's about to get arrested, he just takes off on foot. Man, it's so embarrassing. Like I said, embarrassing as hell. But look at that. That's a perfect example. Perfect example of it takes a village. And sometimes it's like, you know, when you got somebody who's just that, they're like a cancer. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like this nasty disease or whatever. You just need to literally, like, by any means necessary, get rid of that disease. Get rid of that toxic energy that they drive by or live by every single day. So I commend that entire neighborhood for doing exactly what they did, you know, and that's embarrassing for those guys. I'm embarrassed for those guys. You know what I'm saying? Freaking sad as hell. Now we got one last video. I got another video that I thought was insane. This one's insane, y'all. The reason why you want to know, the reason why I say this is because there was I guess there was a woman. I think this is in Russia because the way the man is cursing, he's cursing in Russian. Last I checked. I could be wrong. But this Russian, in Russia, there was like I guess a store that refused to, refusing to serve or like let this man's wife buy food at this particular grocery store because she wasn't wearing a mask. Okay. He took it to himself to let them know how he really felt about it. We got to take a look at this video because this is, like I said, a tad bit insane and dangerous as hell. But he wanted to get his message out there, and I think his message was heard. Let's take a listen. Let's take a watch,
Sure.
a look.
Сука, пидоры ебаные! Кто здесь? Нахуй, пидорасы! Кто? Отходим! Пидоры вы ебаные, блядь! Ау! Хуесосы, блядь! Поработали! Сосите! Сосите! Совсем, пидоры! Уходим!
So that just happened. All because he felt some type of way about the fact that that grocery store or that little market was not allowing his wife to get food there because she wasn't wearing the needed mask to get into the grocery store to begin with. What do you think about this, T? This is insane.
I'm still laughing that he busted. He fell down.
Thank God no one was hurt. Let me just say that too. No one was hurt. No one was hurt. The cashier, like the registers and stuff, like the cashier area was destroyed with a hatchet, and he did not put it on anybody. Thank you, Jesus. But this is insane. This is so violent. So violent. A hatchet, y'all. T.
Yeah, he definitely lost his marbles over that. I mean, this is like I said before, like post-COVID stress disorder or something like that. You know, people this not adapting to life post COVID, although we're still in it. You know, he pretty much came in there, you know, to destroy the entire store. Which I'll take that over someone getting hacked to death. I'll take material things getting messed up. But he definitely made a statement, and hopefully they have security next time, or police, because that's scary. I mean, anybody could have been hurt. Someone could have had a heart attack just witnessing that situation. But his wife, you know, hey, she must be a hell of a woman. Like, damn, I mean, he going ham for her.
He went ham. I think this is a pure example of what we're living with right now. That people are so angry about many things, and you know, like I said, thank God, you know, thank goodness, no one was actually hurt during this, except maybe when he fell. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fell kind of hard. And thank God he didn't fall on the hatchet when he fell. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. But Sidecar Tommy just said he went ham, eggs, and hash browns on that stuff. Yeah. I mean, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We're all angry about something. You know, like, everybody's mental capacity is at some sort of place right now. You know, we're all dealing with this whole situation that we've been dealing with for the past year and a half now. We're all dealing with it differently, but we are all dealing with it. You know, it has been tough. It has not been easy. It sucks right now. It sucks. Okay. Especially with all the stuff that's spiking again, the numbers and everything. You know, I can't really say much. You know what I'm saying? Sucks. But at the same time, though, damn, you don't have to take a hatchet into any place to go and get your point across. You could have gone in there and just argued and said, you know, my wife was just trying to get some things and stuff like that. How dare you? You know, privyet. You know, he could have done anything, but he didn't even do that. He brought in the hatchet. Now, we don't know the full scope of it. We don't know how she was treated, if she was like kicked out, like physically removed, or if they just said, sorry, sweetheart, we cannot help you until you go back and get your mask. We don't know. But at the same time, thank God this wasn't a gun. Thank God he only went after the registers and the displays in there. But like I said, it should never be. It should never be like this.
I'm thinking about when keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, good idea, bad idea. Like, come on, man.
Right in the swing, it pauses. This is when everything went wrong. You know what I mean? Next thing he's outside getting tased and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he shouldn't have done what he done. That was really stupid. Is extremely dangerous. And there's a lot of people that are, like I said, we're all mentally dealing with ish right now. We're all dealing with stuff, you know, and we're all taking it different ways. Some people are hitting the bottle more, or some people are leaning towards drugs. Some people are getting more angry. They're more hypersensitive about things nowadays. This clearly shows that this guy has some serious anger issues and he needs to figure that stuff out. Like I said, run, do some push-ups, maybe have more sex. You know what I'm saying? Something. Relieve the tension. Relieve that stress in a different way, because at the end of the day, that could have been somebody's body. That could have been somebody's head that he was swinging at. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to get your point across than being that violent like this. You know, it's really sad. But anyway, guys, that is the show for today. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for being on. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up with us and everything. It's been really, really great. I had a great time with all y'all. You know what I mean? For all the trolls, what's up? Thanks for coming in and trolling. Appreciate it. No matter what, it's still a win for us. You know what I'm saying? Still bodies in the room. All right. I appreciate all the mods for being so, full court, man-on-man press right now. You know what I mean? Defense. I do appreciate that, because some of these guys are really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for being on and showing the love. T, thank you so much for being on, my brother. I really do appreciate it.
Yes. Shout out to Love JJ 1814. Yeah, it's her first live, and they love the show.
Oh, she's the first. She's the first live. Wait. Let me throw up her name at least. You're talking about Love JJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Love JJ for JJ 1814 for being on. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. And like I said, before y'all leave, before you guys start to sign out and everything, please, do me a favor, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button, and most definitely crush that subscribe button. That'd really mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just do us a solid. Just hit that subscribe button. Damn. Okay? We're marching our way towards 36,000 subscribers. That's 36000. That's huge. Okay? We are marching our way towards it. So please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, hey, if you can, share this feed, share about the show, talk about the show. Check out some of my pop-up videos. You know what I'm saying? That would really mean a lot too. Just saying. Working hard here. Talking a lot. Damn.
Also, shout out to my cousin too, Christina. She came on this morning, giving love in the chat. So.
Oh, Christina. Yeah. What was her name on here?
Christina Iburn.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Yeah.
It must have been a quick. Oh, I see her. There we go. I just got her here now.
Yep. Love you, cuz.
No one can eat because he had a bad attitude. Shaking my head. Yep, that's true too. You know what I mean? Oh, shout out to the cuz. Shout out to the cuzzo for being on. Thank you for Blood being on the show. I really do appreciate that. I like seeing family on this stuff too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, tell your friends, tell your loved ones, and tell your blood, your cousins. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many times removed they are. They still blood. So technically, right? Aren't they?
Third removed, I guess it is. I don't know.
Up to third removed. I don't even know the technicalities of it, but you know what I'm saying. I appreciate all the comments and all that. Working hard out there, walking amongst them palm trees and coconut drinks. LOL. The funny thing is the Pioneer. Let me just say this, okay? Before we totally sign off and take off here, you'd be surprised, the amount of not drinking I'm doing, not palm tree hanging out I'm doing. I'm here still doing my job. I would love to be doing all that. Sorry guys, not gonna be on for the next 7 days because I've been, I'm just drinking pina coladas out of coconuts. I would love that. Are you kidding me? Bruh, come on. Let there be light. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
It kind of happened when I was there with you. So we kind of did that.
Kind of did, you know what I'm saying? But we did a lot of that other stuff, you know what I mean? But then after that it was back to business. You know what I mean? Let's get down to business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm trying to squeeze in a few more things. Okay. I am trying to squeeze in a few more things before I leave, because this is literally the last few days I have here, and then I'm back home. But I'm looking to do as much as I can before I leave. So yeah, there might be some sporadicness going on throughout this week. I will say this for sure, though. I'll let you guys know for sure. Friday there will not be a show because I will be in the middle of traveling and all that. So I'll say that out loud. There will not be a show on Friday. But of course, unfortunately, that's just what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I really do appreciate all y'all for being on. Okay. I appreciate all the love, all the respects, all the help, all that good stuff. Okay. Y'all be good out there, because it is time to get going. All right. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Okay. Enjoy your Monday, guys. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.